Vice President Kamala Harris is gaining traction with young voters. Let's check it out.
Joining me now, Christina Simpson Ramirez, president of NextGen America. We're glad to welcome back to the show. So give me your sense of the vice president's appeal. What's it all about to these young voters?
Well, first off, I want to say those numbers are freaking out Republicans because she is so popular with young voters. And in 2022, when young people came out in record numbers, they came out so favorably for Democrats, they canceled out the Republican boomer vote. She is like fire online. And we're seeing, Charlie XCX, one of Gen Z's most popular artists, lifting her up, saying that she is Brat, the name of her album. And, even the things that Republicans have made fun of Vice President Harris for, her laugh, her statements about coconuts, young people are grabbing onto that and highlighting that that's what they love about her. And so she speaks to young people in a way that's authentic through culture and art, in a way that's more of their generation. And we're seeing it take off like wildfire. And I just want to remind people there are 8.3 million new voters eligible to vote in 2024 since the 2022 election. This is the Gen Z millennials make up the largest generational voting bloc. This is tremendous power. It's not just an online fad. This is going to turn out to be true electoral power this election.
There's another youth organization. It's the Voters of Tomorrow, and it held their annual summit yesterday featuring a video recorded by the vice president, and she spoke directly about the impact of young voters in this race. Take a listen to what she said.
In this election, we know young voters will be key, and we know your vote cannot be taken for granted. It must be earned, and that is exactly what we will do. There is so much at stake this November, our most fundamental freedoms, the freedom to be safe from gun violence, the freedom to love who you love openly and with pride, and the freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body without the government telling her what to do.
How important is it for Vice President Harris to make young voters feel like they are critical in this race?
I mean, in 2020, Biden and Harris won in huge part because of young voters. They turned out in record numbers and voting overwhelmingly to defeat Donald Trump and to elect Biden and Harris. There is no way that she will become President Harris without the youth vote. There's just so many young voters, and now they are energized. It was, I run NextGen, we're the country's largest youth vote organization. We're in battleground states across the country, and I can tell you from talking to our teams in Pennsylvania and Arizona and Michigan, by Monday morning, our organizers were being flooded by young people saying, I want to register and pledge to vote. And before it, we just didn't have that feel on the ground. And so we're seeing almost immediately a huge surge and boost of energy to young people across the country.
Yeah. Listen, as much as I'd love to watch more TikToks and memes and stuff, because it is pretty fun, let me ask you about the Hispanic voters. It is a group that Biden was struggling with, but the latest New York Times poll has Harris more than erasing that gap. What does Harris need to do to ensure this key voting bloc shows up for her on Election Day?
Well, I was just at the vice president's residency 2 days ago, where she had Latino leaders from across the country honoring our community, our culture, and saying that she wanted to uplift everything that our community struggles with and also make sure that we're able to move forward together. So I see that she really has put in the time and energy with the Latino community. She speaks well to the community. She also comes from her own immigrant story. Of course, Latinos, we live at the duality of many of us being newly arrived to the country. And also, many of us lived in this country before it was even a construct. And so she's able to really speak to that, speak to the unique challenges. And also, most Latinos are young. That's the other thing. We are the youngest ethnic group in the country. So the more she connects with young people, the more she invests and is able to raise the Latino voting population's support behind her.
Okay. Christina Simpson Ramirez, we're going to have you on again. I'm sure there's a lot more to talk about. Thank you so much.
I must say, at first, when I heard that Biden was dropping out and he threw his support behind Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, I have to give her respect. I was like, well, okay, Trump got it because, hey, her record as border czar wasn't really that good. But as more is coming out and we see how she has pretty much put that spark that jump start in a lot of young people. A lot of young people like her. Me as an independent, I still want to find out or hear more of her policies on what she wants to do for the country. I I'm okay with her talking about wanting to uplift and make sure that women have the right to choose their body, their choice. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with having people of all different types, no matter who you want to love. You have the choice to love that person and have prideful and everything. All that stuff. Right. Good. But what about jobs? Okay, how are you going to get Congress or rejuvenate or push Congress to make the moves that's needed for the American people to be able to create more jobs in this country? Then we have immigration. You didn't do that good as the border czar. There was a lot of people who came to this country illegally. Yes, we can say that maybe with COVID and stuff like that. We'll give you a little bit of a break with COVID. But after 2022, something should have been done. And it wasn't. And she's going to have to stand on that. So I hope that she can stand on it and give us a good debate, because Biden for damn sure didn't give us a good debate. I was like, oh my goodness gracious, Biden, what is going on, homeboy? But now we see that, Kamala, she has a good chance of taking this, because like they said that the young vote or the Gen Z vote said about 8 million more registered voters have come in from 2022, and we already know that a lot of young people lean more liberal. So Trump, he has his work to do. He has his work to do. Me personally, I would love to see Kamala Harris on the stage, Trump on the stage, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. on the stage, Cornel West on the stage. Uh, what's the person from the Green Party, Dr. Jill Stein, her on the stage as well. A lot of those can on the stage together and let them duke it out. Okay, maybe like some WrestleMania type stuff where we'll see Trump like when he fought Vince McMahon and he docked Vince McMahon, yam, and stuff like that. That would be crazy. Can you imagine seeing Kamala Harris just like pick up a steel chair and bop Donald Trump over the back with a steel chair? That would be wild. That, you know what? Americans would prefer that. Because I know what, let me just speak for myself. I would prefer to watch that, and the winner of the match will be elected president. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. But I mean, just all jokes aside, I wish her the best. For her to come this far, for her to be the first woman of color to be up there on the national stage, even though she wasn't selected by the people, she is vice president. So it's just right for her to run. But I wish her the best, and let's see how it goes. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I would appreciate it if you found the video interesting, if you can like the video, make comments, and can you please subscribe to my channel? I'm a new YouTuber trying to grow, and I can only grow with your help. Thank you. Take care. Be safe. Have a good day. Peace.